But after a stretch of shocks and upsets, it's becoming increasingly difficult to envision how anyone other than Nadal could possibly win it. World No. 1 Andy Murray is out, and the French Open champions of the past 2 years, Stan Wawrinka and Novak Djokovic, are out. Roger Federer isn't even here. The three men who have joined Nadal in the semi-finals have never even made a Masters 1000 series final in the past. It hasn't been entirely plain sailing for Nadal at the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters. He did drop a set to Kyle Edmund in the second round, but since that early test, more in the nature of an invigorating challenge than a serious struggle for his future in the event, Nadal has looked better and better. He absolutely crushed Alexander Zverev, who had pushed him so hard at the Australian Open, 6-1, 6-1 on Thursday, and in Friday's semi-finals, he brushed off dropping serve to Diego Schwartzman in the second set and largely coasted past the Argentine 6-4, 6-4. I think I had the winning mentality when I was 4-2 in the second set, Nadal said. These matches have been up and down, not easy to find a real way to win until then. In the last 3.5 games, I played much better, more aggressive with my forehand. I finally found the way to create damage to the opponent. It's unsurprising that Nadal singled out his forehand, because the lack of penetration and effectiveness off that wing has been probably the biggest single factor in his relative decline over the past couple of years. But the real star of the day at the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters on Friday was not Nadal's forehand, but that of David Goffin. One hardly thinks of Goffin's forehand as a weapon, one hardly thinks of Goffin as a player with a lot of weapons. But the Belgian has quietly won more matches than anybody else so far. In 2017 he was a runner-up in Sofia and Rotterdam, and if there's one shot that stands out as definitively improved from, say, his first leap into the top 20 in 2014, it's that forehand. In his 3-set win over Novak Djokovic on Friday, Goffin's backhand struck most of the flashy winners, and his ability to absolutely hammer away down the line off that wing was probably the most impressive aspect of his performance, right up there with the mental resilience that kept him battling through the grueling long rallies you have to win so many of to beat Djokovic. But it was his increased willingness to hit out on the forehand wing, to really go for his shots on the inside-out forehand, that was new. It's not coincidental that the match point Goffin finally converted against Djokovic was the result of a deep forehand from the Belgian, which Djokovic, on the back foot from the depth and pace off the ball, couldn't return.